Hey everyone, so I'm really starting to think that this whole Trump thing was a really bad idea. He only won the presidency 2 weeks ago and I've already been raped by a Nazi. I had my mailbox blown up by a Klansman, and today some white cishet male hit me in the face. Don't look at me. Hey guys, so, my hair is fucking huge today. So we are now about 2 weeks into Trump's America and the demand for hate crimes is very high. The supply, on the other hand, is a bit low. So just what is an SJW to do if reality is not really meeting their apocalyptic Nazi Germany expectations? Make some shit up. So I'm not going to deny that stuff is getting pretty ugly since the election, but I just want you guys to be aware of how many fake hate crimes are being circulated through the media right now. So here's one that I'm sure you guys have seen floating around. A Muslim woman on a Louisiana college campus claimed that she was assaulted, robbed, and had her hijab stolen by Trump supporters who were throwing out, anti-Muslim sentiments. CNN, Vice, all of the mainstream media immediately ran with this story, but there was one problem. During the investigation of this so-called hate crime, she admitted to fabricating all of it. Oops. So here's another one that I immediately personally clocked as a lie because it was so over the top, but apparently a lot of people fell for it. You probably saw this horrific looking picture about a gay person assaulted by Trump supporters outside of a bar. The claim is that he was severely beaten by emboldened Donald Trump supporters who said something about how we have a new president, you're a faggot, something along those lines. So after he posted the dramatic pictures to Facebook, people started questioning if he was authentic, and he posted a picture from the ER as proof. But of course, just one little problem. The Santa Monica police did a scan of all the hospitals in the surrounding area where the crime took place, and no one came in for such a thing. And of course, he never actually reported it to the police. He also claimed that he couldn't remember which bar it occurred at. And all the blood you see in the picture, it was special effects makeup. He had a bunch of videos on how to do theatrical makeup of that sort on his YouTube, which he then deleted after he was accused of being fake. So, the verdict? Fake! And to no one's surprise, there was an abundance of histrionics on Twitter as well. Sarah A. Harvard, a verified account on Twitter by the way, claimed not even 24 hours yet. My friend's sister, who's a Muslim, had a knife pulled on her by a Trump supporter while on the bus by UIUC campus. 28,000 likes on this tweet. University police then tweeted her back and said that no such incident had been reported, which is so hard to believe that if this happened, a bus full of people, including the girl it happened to, never reported it. And it continues. Alicia Green on Bowling Green campus claimed that she was attacked by 3 cishet white men wearing Trump shirts the day after the election. Apparently there was even a sit-in protest for this horrible, dramatic thing that happened. Fast forward to about a week and a half later, and she was charged with making false reports to the police. And I don't know how much trouble you can actually get in for doing that, but bye, Felicia. So, the Southern Poverty Law Center claims that there have been hundreds of hate crimes committed post-election. Here's the problem. When you look at the list of things that they have provided as examples, almost all of them are not exactly what comes to mind when you think of hate crime. There's examples like one guy was walking on the street, someone drove by and called him a faggot. There's an incident of a child telling another child that they're going to be deported. There's examples such as someone overheard someone saying something racist. So generally just a lot of small, inconsequential things that aren't provable either which way. And all of those things are examples of intolerance and are fucked, but again, they're not exactly comparable to what comes to your mind when you think hate crime. When you think of hate crime, you think of that picture. I can't help but feel like they're being included in this tally to inflate the numbers. So in general, I don't really believe any of this shit unless it's proven in court or I've seen it with my own eyes. And in this cell phone generation, I have searched high and low looking for videos and stuff caught on tape of minorities being assaulted by Trump supporters. Haven't found any. But for what it's worth, I have seen videos of Trump supporters being assaulted coming out after the election. And I don't want anyone to think that I'm being one-sided in this or biased, because you best believe if there was video post-election of Trump supporters beating up my sister trannies, I would call it out. Here's 2 videos. The first is of a guy who was beaten up in the middle of the road and then had his car stolen by people who explained in the video that they were doing it because he voted for Trump. And then another video of a girl who was beaten up for posting online that she wanted Trump to win.
Yeah, he voted Trump! Yeah! Vote Trump! Don't vote Trump! Don't vote Trump! Yeah, this shit didn't it. Still in split.
She said do you hate Mexicans? And I was like, no. And she said, you support Trump, you hate Mexicans.
Jade says the girl hit her, threw her to the ground, and pulled out her earrings and her hair. She was left with a bloody nose and scratches and bruises. Before the results came in on election night, Jade had posted on Instagram that she hoped Trump would win.
So both of those videos got almost zero mainstream media coverage, and of course they didn't. I mean, they pretty much directly contradict the narrative the media is trying to push right now, which is scary white cishet men assaulting minorities on the street because Trump won. Although CNN did cover the first video that I showed you, and just look at the response from one of the pundits.
What do you say to the people who dragged a poor white guy out of a car and beat him?
Oh my goodness, poor white people, please, stop it, Carl. What I say to people that protest is that, first of all, apparently has never been an acceptable
fucking bitch. So here's the thing. There's no doubt in my mind that things have gotten really crazy since the election. I mean, there's been riots, there's been all kinds of crazy shit. But I think that there are some people who are so dedicated to believing in and structuring this narrative of, America being some explosively bigoted country because Trump was elected, that they're willing to go to any length to maintain that narrative, including falsifying things. And not only is it contributing to the hysterical climate that we currently have, but it's also pretty fucking insulting to genuine victims of similar crimes. Now, I'm purposefully going to keep an open mind for accusations like this going into the future, but I can guarantee you that because of this, a lot of people won't. So I feel pretty bad for anyone who actually might have something happen to them. So in closing, let's ask ourselves, what does it say about the actual state of America versus the state of America that the mainstream media will have you believe is happening, that people actually have to fake being victims of hate crimes? And what does it say about the people who actually falsify these reports? Is it just a pathological need for attention, or the result of a society that rewards victimhood and uses it as some sort of currency? Gonna go with a little bit of both. It's gonna be an interesting 4 to 8 years, boys, girls, she-males. Love you. Bye.